Hi, I'm Jesse Lynn.
And I'm Angela Lynn, and welcome back to But Where Are You Really From? Today we have a recurring guest, kind of. If it's twice, it's recurring, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We have friend of the pod, Lil Waterboi. What's up?
Hi, what's up?
Welcome back. We made a little joke before we started recording that now with a webcam and with a new beard, it's like you're 10 years
Yes.
older, Lil Waterboy, than a few months
It's
ago.
the baby face is gone with the beard.
I love it. It's also impressive that you can grow such a like full
Yeah.
It's okay.
beard.
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
this is full. This is like not like I mean this I'm trying to like get it to be less patchy, but like we'll see. I think in 5, 10 years I might have the full thing if I wanted to, you know?
I'm sorry, are you saying you're gonna grow it for 5 to 10
No,
years?
I'm not, but in 5, 10, you know what I'm saying? Like I just feel
Oh, with
like
age.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Mhm.
jealous. I wish I could grow any beard. It doesn't like when my facial hair grows longer, it just
Yeah.
looks like hair on my face. It doesn't turn.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, it's great to have you back. And so, for those who have not listened to it, we have a first episode that we did with Lil Waterboy. It's Asians doing cool shit featuring Lil Waterboy. So, if you haven't listened to that, definitely go back there because we went more in depth into who you are, what your whole story is, and your career and trajectory and all that. So, feel free to go back to that. But today, we're having him on for a different kind of topic. So, before we get into that, though, I'm sure there's lots of folks who don't quite know who you are. So, maybe you want to intro yourself a little bit for those listeners.
Yeah, so I'm Lil Waterboy. I'm a producer, rapper, entrepreneur. I do a lot of stuff, creative stuff. I'm from Canada, and I'm Asian.
And
Vietnamese, to be specific.
there
Yes.
you go. And hence why he's on our show. What's
Yeah.
up? Okay. And you
Oh wait,
wanna
I forgot to plug. Yes.
Yeah, go
I have
for it.
I have a song that came out 2 days ago on Tuesday. It's called Ten Rings. It's actually about the Shang-Chi movie. So check that out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Just anywhere there's music, Spotify, other
Apple Music,
places.
Spotify, like any streaming platform that exists. I hope it's on there. It should be on there. And it features two other dope Asian artists, Mix Miyagi and Ace Autumn.
I love these names. All these
Yes.
rapper names are fantastic. I love it. Okay, awesome. Check that out. And check it out because right now, as you're listening to this, it is a long weekend, at least for those in the US. It's Thanksgiving weekend. And that's actually exactly the topic that we'll be talking about today with Lil Waterboy.
Yes, yes.
I think it's a kind of a recurring theme from our last time we talked too, because at that point we also were kind of comparing, contrasting U.S. versus Canadian experience for a lot of stuff.
That's
Yeah.
the only identifiable characteristic about me. I'm Canadian.
That's not true, but okay. But
joking.
it's a recurring trait we're
Yes.
tapping into. But I remember when we talked about last time, I think you helped surface to us how self-centered we are as Americans. That we're like, oh, everything's like about us, and that's like the only stuff we know about. And so I think with the topic of Thanksgiving, it's very similar because we always think of Thanksgiving as like a U.S. holiday only, but it's definitely not. And also, my last job was like with a lot of Canadian people, and so
Yeah.
there's like a whole month prior, 2 months prior. This is how
Yeah.
little I know about it, but like several months prior, it seems they're like, okay, remember we have Thanksgiving tomorrow or whatever. Like we're not coming in. I'm like, oh yeah, Canada also has this.
Yep.
So today we'll be comparing and contrasting the two Thanksgivings. But before we get into that, Jesse, do you know this? I looked it up. I don't know if you looked it up beforehand, but do you know, or do both of you know?
I probably don't.
How many Thanksgivings? Take a guess. How many Thanksgivings do you think there are in the world?
Oh, wait. I think I wait.
Does it have to be
I think
called
it should be, like-
Thanksgiving? Do you know what I'm saying? Does it have to?
No, it
or
can be
like
a
some kind
similar sentiment.
I want to say like 10.
70?
Whoa. Okay, it's somewhere in the middle between what
Okay,
you
okay.
actually just said. At least from the like janky website I googled right before, it said
Yeah.
17. 17.
I
But
highlight that one.
yeah, but you were hinting at the right stuff, which is that it's not always called Thanksgiving. Like, I think in the U.S. we tie it a lot with like pilgrims and like Native Americans and like settling in America, but it also has to do with the harvest festival. And so when you kind of like branch out the definition to that extent, then there's like a lot of countries that celebrate and give thanks for the harvest season. So 17. Okay, so then who done it better? Now we're getting into it. Let's start with, out of curiosity, how much do you know, Lil Waterboi, about what the Canadian origin story is for your Thanksgiving?
Oh damn. My my history teachers are rolling. Well, they're not dead, so they wouldn't be rolling in their grave, but but they're judging me right now. Let me think. What do I know? I don't really know why we celebrate Thanksgiving. I know it has something to do with like harvesting. I know it has something to do with colonialism. Like, I think they brought that over when they came here. Yeah, which is a whole other topic. I don't know if you guys want to get into it, but I was gonna ask you guys: is Thanksgiving canceled in the U.S.? Because it kind of is in Canada. Like, but yeah. Anyways, that's a whole other topic later. But yeah, I don't know much.
Oh, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like there's some similarity in that you mentioned colonialism. That's a big part of our thing. But the harvest piece, I think, is like really de-emphasized in the U.S. I don't think we really ever talk about that. So at least in that respect, your alls is like kind of more tapping into the other 15, I guess, Thanksgivings that exist. What day is yours?
It varies. It's like the second Sunday of October.
Of October.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Sunday,
And
too, is interesting.
A very
Okay.
pertinent fact. One of the reasons Canadian Thanksgiving is better is that it sometimes lines up with my birthday. So
Oh, hey.
very important fact.
Happy
Yes.
belated birthday.
But don't you prefer having your birthdays separate from a holiday? Some people get
No.
really peeved when they're the same days.
If it's Christmas, it sucks when it's the same day, but like our Thanksgiving is not like your Thanksgiving at all. Like there's no gifts, it's like really dry and boring.
Oh, we don't have
on
gifts.
Thanksgiving.
You guys don't
We
have
don't have
gifts?
No.
Nah.
Then
We
why
just
does Black
have-
Friday exist? I thought it was like kind of like the Boxing Day of Christmas.
Because we're a consumerist country.
Yeah, we like to buy things. No, but well, okay, we're kind of already getting into it. So,
Yeah.
all right, so there's some key differences, time of year and Sunday versus like a work day. So, but you guys still get the day off, right? Like
The Monday off. Yeah, we get the Monday off.
Okay. So we're on like opposite sides of the long weekend because we get like Thursday, Friday, and you all are just Monday. Sad. Because we have that crossover bridge day.
Well, not everybody gets Friday off. I don't get Friday off.
Really?
Well,
You get
that's
just Thursday
depressing.
off?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
depressing.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
That sucks. Okay. Well, and then to answer your question, yes, we just like to buy things, but also it's like Thanksgiving is our portal into Christmas. So Black Friday is like the first, well, essentially after you're done eating your turkey, it's like free for all Christmas season. And
Okay.
Black Friday is the beginning of that because a lot of people wait till Black Friday to buy a lot of their gifts for Christmas because
Makes
that's when
sense.
like all the shit is on sale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all even have Black Friday?
We have your Black Friday. We take like we see you guys buying stuff, so we're like, hey, look, let's do the same
that's
thing.
Bad.
And yeah,
That's bad.
that's what we.
It's completely consumerist. Just like Valentine's Day
Yeah.
was created by like Hallmark to sell cards. So it's very much like I think a couple companies just realized that they're gonna dump a bunch of inventory anyways, and then they decided to just make a shopping holiday out of it, and now it's like super
The timing of it is perfect. Like it's almost like poetic, you know, like how the Christmas portal thing. Like it makes total sense.
yeah.
Very smart.
I think people also like to like go out after they eat Thanksgiving dinner. Like
Yeah.
that used to be a thing. What like you're pre-COVID, you would like go out go walking, like go to a store, and maybe that also made sense from like people go to the store after.
Wait, I have a question.
Standpoint.
Like,
yes.
Do you guys always eat, like, does everyone eat on Thursday or Friday, or does it matter? You can eat anytime during the weekend. Like, how does that work?
I would say with your family, it's traditionally on the day of. But if you're doing like a Friendsgiving, you might do it like the weekend before, because your friends might be going to see their family. So it depends on what your plans are. And
Thursday is the big day, though.
Yeah.
Thursday is like the real day. And then you kind of like make a priority list of who else is important in your life and schedule it beyond Thursday, post Thursday.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, let's get into, because you made it sound like it's not as big of a deal to you guys as it is to us. So in the ranking of like holidays, where does Thanksgiving fall for Canada?
Like, I'm just blanking out real quick. I'm gonna list the holidays because I'm not sure I have them all. So like, we got Christmas, we got Easter, we got Thanksgiving, we got Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's. Do you guys have St. Patrick's? You guys have St. Patrick's.
Yeah.
Wait, these are days that you have off?
I'm not sure. I can't.
No, but they're holidays.
Oh, just general
They're
holidays. Okay, fair.
Yeah.
I don't think we have St. Patrick's. We got nothing off, and Valentine's Day we have nothing off.
Okay.
What else? I know
New
Easter
Year's.
we do though. New Year's. Okay. Are those the major ones? Kind of.
Don't you
Halloween?
have like a shit ton of bank holidays? I feel like all my Canadian coworkers were like
Labor
off
Day.
half the
Yeah,
time.
but like, okay, we have Victoria Day. That's pretty bad of me to forget.
Okay.
But, yeah. Victoria Day. Then we have how do you call it? Labor Day.
Okay.
Yeah, we got that too. Yeah.
But where was I at? Yeah, so I don't know. Canadians have a bunch of random holidays to like spread out like days off, but no one really cares about half of them. Low key.
That's sad.
But I'll put Christmas up there. Christmas gets the cake. Then it's probably like New Year's, and then Easter, and then Valentine's Day, and then Halloween is cooler than Valentine's Day in my opinion. Kind of like toe and toe.
Yeah, fair. Halloween is cooler than Valentine's Day.
Like you guys get the sense of it. Like Thanksgiving is pretty down there. I don't know if I represent Canada as a whole, but Thanksgiving is not that cool for the most part, in my opinion. And
We're making you represent Canada as well, so.
nice. I used to do Motto United Nations, so like I feels like I'm bringing that back. I'm an
That's
ambassador.
what
my
you
gosh,
are now,
that's so
yeah.
funny.
Yes.
Is it something that you usually celebrate with family, or mostly friends, or is it the same kind of thing, like a mix of both?
Mix of both.
Okay.
It's not so it's not so universal of a holiday in Canada that it's like weird not to celebrate. Like plenty of people don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Some people do. A lot of people do, I'd say. But usually it's a dinner and that's it. It's like slightly above average dinner.
Sad, bruh. Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys go all out in holidays in general. Like your July 4th, the equivalent of that is like Victoria Day. And Victoria Day, it's like non-existent. Like people just say yay, and they put like a selfie with a little sticker on it or something and call it a day. But you guys go all out for July 4th,
Are we just like degenerates, or what? What's going on with
I
America?
mean, I think we like to party, right?
Yeah.
Right?
But okay, so Christmas. So then Christmas is your only big, like, universally important
New
family
Year's.
day.
New Year's is usually family here too.
Oh.
I'd say it's more family than friends. It's both. It's either or.
Yeah, we got different priorities over here.
Yeah, New Year's is a big deal
For,
here.
Yeah. No, it's a big deal here too, but
Yeah.
I think it's a largely like friends thing.
Yeah.
Because you go out and drink.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
go out
No,
and party.
I don't know if it's like, again, I don't represent Canada, even though this podcast says I do. But like, from my experience, a lot of people celebrate New Year's with their family. So, yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything traditionally that you would eat at Thanksgiving? Anything that's particular to Canada that we don't have?
Well, he wouldn't know what we have.
Festive
right,
foods.
necessarily.
Oh, maybe your favorite thing, and then we can decide if it's something that we've tasted before.
My favorite Thanksgiving food?
Yeah.
I mean, like when it comes to festive foods in general, I'm going to speak generally because I don't think there's any Thanksgiving food for Canadians other than turkey. Festive foods in general, I'm from Quebec. For those who don't know, that's like this weird part of Canada that speaks French and is like a little bit different from the rest of Canada. But yeah, there's like a lot of foods that people have here that aren't really known elsewhere, but we put maple syrup on okay, it's like we do put maple syrup on a lot of things, but it's not something we do every day. It just sometimes there's occasions where you just pour maple syrup on everything. So it's like maple syrup on ham, maple syrup on like sausages, maple syrup. Good. Yeah, it's not bad. Maple syrup on what else? I'm trying to remember. There's meat pie. Not a big fan, to be honest.
Oh.
I think it's like a worse version of like what's that Irish one, the beef pie?
Shepherd's pie?
No.
Yeah.
Not shepherd's pie, the other one.
Oh.
It's kind of hot inside. I mean, it's like Irish stew but in a pie.
Oh. Okay.
Like that. I love that thing. But yeah, shepherd's pie is also very popular in Quebec. I don't know why. Because it's I guess there's a big like Irish community that started off in Montreal, which is one of the biggest cities in Quebec. But yeah, shepherd's pie is its own thing here. Like it kind of evolved into its own thing, and Quebecois people love it. And like it has a really bad name in French. It's basically Chinese patty.
Bruh.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
Chinese
it's called
what?
Pate. I guess the equivalent of that is
pate.
like
Okay.
Chinese
Pad
paste.
Thai?
No, pate.
Pate.
Oh. Like the liver thing?
That's how it translates in English. It's like pate chinois.
Shepherd's pie?
It's not Asian at all. It's so random.
I don't know. Don't quote me on this, please. But I think I remember someone telling me it had something to do with the Chinese people that were doing the railroads, and that's what they were eating. Something like that.
Yeah.
And it's called Chinese pate here.
Interesting.
Oh, I guess the Chinese
people
were
did your
doing...
railroads too?
I was like, I guess they were doing your railroads too. Jesus, all right.
Okay, interesting. Well, all right. Going back to the ranking. In the
Yes.
U.S., Thanksgiving is probably like number 3, I would say.
Okay.
Jesse, you can argue with me, but like I think
What's
Christmas...
number 2?
I don't know. Christmas is number 1 for sure. Number 2 is arguably New Year's or Thanksgiving, I think.
Okay.
In terms of like, and I'm ranking importance by like family time and the time when you have an excuse to be like, I'm taking vacation because it's X holiday and I'm gonna like travel back to go see my family or whatever, and that's when like everyone does it. So in my mind, it's like number 2 or number 3 in our holidays. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would say based off of festivities, it's probably like Christmas the 1, like New Year's the 2, Thanksgiving the 3, July 4th is the 4th.
Oh, you're right. No,
you know,
right.
because like
July 4th is
it's maybe not in other parts of the country, but it's very clear when you like living in New York because Christmas there's always Christmas fireworks, July 4th, New Year's there's always fireworks, like tons of people are going out, and Thanksgiving there's your usual stuff around Thanksgiving, but also the Macy's Day Parade, which is like I don't know if you've seen it, but it's basically just like a ridiculous parade of inflatables that they run down the middle of the city, and it's like it's very fun but very silly. And then July 4th because more fireworks. The rest of them we don't really like do anything for those. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you mentioned Easter. I mean, that's definitely big for the people that are religious, but it's not like a universally... Like, we have a lot of, atheist and agnostic folks out here, and other religion folks, so then Easter's not like...
I'd say we do too. It's just that, I guess, like, the religion aspect in Quebec is a little bit, like, it's like a... compared to other places in Canada, it's a little bit more religious, I'd say. But also just because, like, we don't have... Thanksgiving week off or something. Like, people can't go on vacation for Thanksgiving. They can't go on vacation for July 4th or the equivalent, which is Victoria Day either. So if you're going to go on vacation not for Christmas, your second best, okay, well, you have summer. Not for Christmas, the third best bet would be Easter.
Interesting.
Wait, why can't you go on vacation for Thanksgiving?
Because you have one day off. Like,
How
it's
many
not
days
really
do you have off for Christmas?
Christmas, we have like a lot. You know, like it's all the way from Christmas up until January.
I'm
up
so
until...
triggered right now.
You guys don't have. So wait, you guys go back to work after Christmas and then take off work again for New
Okay,
Year's?
let's give you a schooling on the capitalist America. There are effectively no holidays. Like there are maybe like 2 to 3 holidays that most people are off. But if
Yeah.
you're working like a McDonald's job, you have like no days off, even on Christmas, and like it's really rough. So like I would say like what are the things that like maybe everyone will get off is
But
like
what about school though? Like when you guys were in school?
Oh yeah, school
Yes.
you take off for like 2 to 3 weeks.
yeah,
Okay.
Solid,
Just
yeah.
making sure.
but working
Yeah.
is different.
Yeah, no, 100%. Working depends on your job, for sure. Like I'm kind of curious now because
Yeah.
I want to spice up my Thanksgiving, right? So like, what are your favorite Thanksgiving meals?
Actually, okay. What is
Maybe
my
we list
favorite?
the normal things.
I was gonna say that
first.
like what are like we could list some Thanksgiving
Yeah.
things and you can tell us if they exist in
Okay.
in Canada or not. Okay, so the turkey, obviously, stuffing.
Okay, but so many ways you could do the turkey though. There's like oven turkey. Some people like to
Deep
deep
fry.
fry
Yeah.
their turkey.
Not-
the
never.
whole turkey.
Boiled
no,
turkey.
I guess it's just oven or deep fried. But yeah.
Yeah, we only
Um,
have oven. Never heard of deep fried turkey. Sounds interesting.
It's just you throw the turkey in a vat of oil and you fry it.
And every year someone's house burns down from
Yeah.
trying to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Stuffing,
Yes.
Yep.
cranberry sauce, gravy.
We put gravy on everything. It's not even a Thanksgiving thing.
Oh, y'all got poutine, so
Oh,
yeah,
that's
poutine.
yeah. Okay.
yeah.
What was it? Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes. Or sweet potatoes with like marshmallows. Sometimes
That's a
people do
sweet
that.
potato casserole.
Yeah.
Whoa, that sounds cool. Never had that.
It's mashed sweet potatoes topped with nuts. I think almond and pecans, and then
Okay.
you put marshmallows on the top, and you bake it.
Is that a dessert?
It's a side.
It's a
Not
question.
even a
Okay.
dessert. Americans love just like heart attacky type things.
Nice.
I'm not sure if it's a dessert or not. To be honest,
I think
with
it's
you.
just a side.
Sweet potato
I
casserole.
want to try it. It sounds
Yeah,
dope.
I think so.
We also have, okay, speaking of casseroles, because Americans love casseroles, got string bean casserole.
Yes.
Right? Because that's with like, it's weird. It's like string beans, cream of mushroom soup, right? And then like fried onions. Like onion ring type.
Sounds
fried
dope.
onion things.
Like I would actually try that. I would. Like,
It's pretty
All
good.
this sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah. I like making those because they're quite easy to do.
Okay. Dope.
They are, a lot of things are can based, which is like
Yeah.
a very go to American thing as well.
Okay.
What else? There's pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Many pies, actually, just like all the pies.
All the pies, okay.
Any pie possibility. But pumpkin is very popular.
I think I should just drive over to the States next time it's Thanksgiving. Just like, sounds great. Sounds like a good meal.
We'll roll you back
Yes.
over the border afterwards.
It's a lot
you'll
of
be
food. It's a lot
really
of food.
full.
Yummy,
Yeah,
yummy.
is that a thing though for you guys? Is it like to excess? Because we eat to excess here.
Well, so for Thanksgiving you would lay out a lot of stuff, so a lot of sides, right? So but there's no in my opinion, there's no real like formula. People just bring whatever side they want to bring, and it just makes like a little like layout, and you have the turkey, and that's.
So it's
that's
like
Thanksgiving.
a potluck with the turkey.
Yeah, it's a potluck with the turkey. Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think we do the same thing for
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, but it's usually people will potluck like traditional Thanksgiving foods.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing, Jesse, of all the things we listed?
Ooh, I have a really big sweet tooth, as Angela can attest to. So I would have to say the pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin pie,
It's very good.
and I really love
fair.
pouring maple syrup on everything too. I don't know why people think it's weird. Like when you go eat brunch and you
Yeah.
get French toast with bacon, and you pour syrup on the French toast,
Yeah.
it gets on the bacon. It's delicious.
Yep. 100%. I can attest for that.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, for me, I'm opposite. I'm a savory person, and I'm also a potato fiend. So mashed potatoes, so like really silky mashed potatoes
Okay.
with gravy.
Do you have a secret ingredient for your mashed potatoes?
A lot of butter.
A lot of butter.
A lot of butter, man. That's the way. That's the key. Let's get into some more serious stuff. You talked about colonization and you talked about getting canceled. And we were curious if your Thanksgiving had anything to do with Native people at all, because of the 17 other ones, many of them have nothing to do with colonization because it's outside of the Americas and it's just like harvesting season related. So tell us a little bit more about your all's history in that holiday.
History, not my expertise. History, not my expertise, but like maybe like I guess like modern like sociology, like just why people are upset about it and whatnot. I would know more, but I know it definitely has to do like with I guess the idea of them coming here and implementing like, farms or capitalism and whatever and just taking over the land and basically erasing Native people almost altogether. That's kind of what Thanksgiving is associated to nowadays. And a lot of like, there's this movement, I guess. I don't know if it started from the Native community, but there's some Native like, voices that are pretty strong that kind of like brought this to almost mainstream light. It's not that it's right or wrong, but I just know a lot of like performative activists like, love to post like, oh, cancel Thanksgiving kind of stuff, on Thanksgiving. So like, I'm not saying, okay, wait, actually that sounds really bad. It's not only them, but I know there's a lot of performative activism in there. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like there's a lot of people that are like, oh my God, cancel Thanksgiving. The next day, super problematic person. Like they don't, they jump on the hype bandwagon. But yeah, so for young people, Thanksgiving is kind of territory, right?
Interesting. Is there any sort of dissociation with the history of it all, though? Because maybe it's not because you described it as not as like a high-ranking holiday for you guys, but for us, because Thanksgiving is up there in like top 3 or 4 of all of our holidays, and it's a very like family-focused one, there's often, for better or for worse, like a forgetfulness of the origin story and like the history of it, and more of a focus on just like the excuse to get together as a family and like reunite over a weekend. So I think for us it's easier to dissociate the like negative element because people don't think of it only for the origin story, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. I feel as though it's definitely harder for you guys to like say bad things about like something that you guys are just so attached to, but in that sense, like like the people still, I think the majority of people still celebrate it a little bit or do something, or they won't go out and like get mad at someone for having a Thanksgiving dinner, you know what I'm saying? But there's kind of this like tone where it's like, if you post your Thanksgiving food layout, you have to say something about, like that's the energy. It's just like, oh, you're not gonna say anything, that's kind of the vibe.
How recent was that?
Again, I am not a historian, so but for me, it feels like within the last few years it picked up.
Okay.
So people are in their posts, they're speaking something to the fact that there is erasure of Native people as a part of the holiday?
Yeah, they would like post in the same day. They would do something. For example, for me as a performer, it is it like in the communities that I'm around, it can be very poorly viewed upon for me to perform at a Thanksgiving themed thing, like a Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Okay, I have many thoughts on this. One is, for us, I think the equivalent, like cancel day is Columbus Day, which I don't know if that's a day for you guys. Is that a day for you guys?
Like it's in our calendar. Like we learned about it in history, but like no one celebrates it.
No one gets it off or anything.
No.
It was always a half the people got it off, half the people didn't. Not everyone got it off for us either. But there's been like a concerted effort over the last many years, I don't know, 5 to 10 years, to rebrand it Indigenous Peoples Day to like celebrate them over Columbus Day, essentially. Is that your guys'? Is that the
yes,
rebrand?
That's what's happening with Thanksgiving. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, because if you all didn't have any real association with Columbus Day, or it was never like a big thing for you guys, then it makes sense Thanksgiving's the one that gets canceled and rebranded. For us, it was definitely, Columbus Day was like, I mean, we learned about like his whole story, and it was celebrated when we were growing up as kids until it became obvious it was a little problematic. But
I mean, I'm totally cool with Columbus Day being canceled. Like, it's kind of a pointless holiday. Yeah, so.
Well, yeah. It's also, I mean, I find it interesting because, like, I don't know if necessarily anybody, like, I think as Angela was saying, nobody here really celebrates it for the origin story anyways. And how you learn about the origin story evolves quite a bit from when you're a kid to high school. Because, like, as a kid, they just tell you they had a nice dinner together. And then as you get older, you're like, they did have a dinner together, but then there was like not nice stuff that was happening afterwards. But I do find it very interesting that it is a very heated topic to like rebrand specific holidays. Like even Columbus Day, where everyone was like, all right, like we don't really care. Like who cares about Christopher Columbus? He dead. Like, but people were like really, really up in arms about changing what that is. And I think it just shows that people are very, I think they're very, very invested in the holiday, even if they're not invested in the actual like reason why it exists.
It's just what it symbolizes, right? That's what a lot of things are like that get people up in arms nowadays. It's just like what something symbolizes over anything else.
While we're on this topic, I just want to like wrap my head around like, I guess the level of acknowledgement of natives that like Americans are, I guess, accustomed to, or how do you say it?
I think I know what you're saying. Like,
you know the word I'm trying to say? Like, how often does it happen? Yeah, how often do you guys like talk about this stuff? Because like I know for like one thing that, for example, in Montreal, it's a custom for events to have a land acknowledgement before the beginning of the event to say that it belonged to natives and that it, you know, that we are the settlers, we are the colonizers, and like to have a little speech about that every event, you know. So that's something that's popular here. Another thing is that Montreal, a lot of time people still like there was a movement to kind of bring back its native name, which I know how to write, but I can't say it. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I don't want to butcher it. But yeah.
Oh no, we're ignorant people. No, we don't. Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about this too, because I had the sense that Canada was a little bit more like placed a little bit more effort into acknowledging the history and like existing continued population of Native people, because the U.S., it's weird. We have a really weird relationship with Native people and history, in that like we have a really rough history with Native people, obviously, but do you guys have reservations?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so yeah, we definitely still have a lot of reservations in the States, and a lot of Native people still live on them. Not all of them, obviously, but like it is still a segregated kind of part. And then a lot of people there rely on like casinos are often in reservation land, and they rely on that as
tobacco
their money
too?
And whatever. Yes, same. Yes. But we don't acknowledge much beyond that. It's like the government essentially was like, well, we recognize we like fucked up and killed 90% of you or whatever. So here's like, we carved out some land for you, and like, this is your reward, not reward. What's that? What's the word? It's like retribution.
Yeah, it's like your compensation prize or like whatever.
Yeah, something like that, essentially, right? Like, take it or leave it. Like, this is all we're giving you as like the make good.
Yeah.
But no, we don't do any of that.
I was just gonna say, like, don't get me wrong, like, Canada is not any better at all. Like, that is the exact same history with Canada. It's just like I don't know, like Canada has this thing where it tries to look good, at least, you know. So yeah, I hope there's like progress in that regards. Like, I mean, like, I don't ever think it's too late to, like, you know, make amends with these communities and try to actually like bring them back into, you know, flourishing kind of times. But like, yeah, it's pretty rough what happened.
Yeah.
It is pretty rough. And for those that want to learn a little bit more, we had an episode with one of Jesse's friends who's half Navajo. So we have an episode called The Other 1%, which is about, we recorded it for Indigenous Peoples or Columbus, whichever one you subscribe to, Day a couple of years back. And we talked a little bit about that experience, and her perspective was definitely like, it's weird because Native people still exist, and we called it the 1% because I guess they make up about 1% of the continued population. But she's like, people always talk about Native people like they're just history, but she's like, we're still here. Like, we still live here, and we're still like, you know, living, breathing, active parts of the population, but we're forgotten. So it's kind of weird in that sense. Well, on that depressing note.
Turn the frown upside down.
Turn it.
All right, we're gonna move onwards into the closing segment, the fortune cookie, and we're gonna try to bring the energy up a little bit by talking about our craziest family Thanksgiving story. Lil Waterboi, would you like to start? Or it could be a Friendsgiving. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Let me think. This is so sad, but I remember one of my Thanksgivings.
No, that's not sad. That's exactly what we wanted.
No, but I'm just saying,
more.
like, I forget, like, it's not that this one was so memorable. It's that I forgot all the other ones. Nothing happens on Thanksgiving. It's not a fun holiday here. But I can't tell if it's Christmas or Thanksgiving. But I remember buying a turkey. That's as an adult. You know, like, usually my parents buy it. I remember buying a turkey at some point. That's my coolest story I got for you guys, unfortunately.
Was it hard to get the turkey? What made it interesting for you to remember that you got this turkey?
I was just trying to think really long and hard about how I would cook it. And then I was just like, this is way too complicated. I went to a place that already had turkeys made, you know, and they had a pretty good turkey. And that's the story.
You know, TBH, one of the best turkeys I've ever had was when I was still in high school. And I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, like, a lot of these Western holidays, I was the one at home making like a big deal out of it to be like, no, we have to celebrate Thanksgiving or we have to celebrate Christmas or whatever, because in Asian culture, especially if your parents are like immigrants, they didn't necessarily celebrate these things. So I was the one making a fuss, and so I was like, we need a turkey. And so my mom was like, okay, we're going to Costco then, because I'm not gonna like you know, I'm not doing this whole thing like from scratch. So we got like a frozen pre-smoked turkey, I think, and all you had to do was like heat it up. Essentially, it was already like cooked, but it was frozen, and then you just heat it up. I was like, this is very good, and it's a Costco turkey. It's one of my best turkeys.
Look, the Costco is very good.
It is.
It's very good.
Do you guys have fries and gravy at your Costco? Sorry, wait, Costco question.
No.
No.
You guys are
I don't think
out.
we even have fries at the Costco. Like,
I'm
you're
sure
talking
there are
like
fries.
Oh, at the food court, yes.
Yeah, I'm
Are you
talking about
the
at
food
the
court?
food court. Yeah, I'm talking about the food court, like the part where
I don't think so. I
do you
think there's
guys
just
have?
fries.
Pizza,
Chicken
hot
bake.
dogs. Yeah, the chicken bake thing. Sundays. Churros.
Churros, nice.
I think, though, Costco is actually one of those places that does a lot of local tailoring. Because I don't know if you've noticed, like, in different cities, they will sell different shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think at least one Costco sells, like, boba.
Nice.
Bubble tea.
What the hell?
Somewhere.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're starting to sell like more Asian stuff in like neighborhoods where there are a lot of Asian people.
You mean every Costco?
Most of them, yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm saying every Costco is mostly Asian. I'm telling you, no, this is an off-topic anecdote, but when I moved to Chicago for business school, my parents helped me move in. And we had to go buy all the shit, like furniture and like groceries and whatever. We went to Costco, and it was like, okay, Chicago's in the Midwest. So everyone was like white or black, essentially. That's like the majority demographic. And I was like, I haven't seen a single Asian person. And then we drove like 30 minutes outside Chicago to go to the closest Costco, and everyone was Asian. I was like, my people. Like, it was like nowhere else but just in the Costco.
That's hilarious.
You always can find them.
Yeah. My craziest Thanksgiving story, to be honest, I don't think I have a super crazy one either. I remember this one year, my senior year of college, I was a residential assistant, and I didn't usually go home for Thanksgiving from New York because it's a long trek and you don't really have that many days off from school. So I stayed, and I had to host an event because I was there on Thanksgiving, and it was very sad because it was like all of the remaining people who couldn't go home or like didn't go home or like didn't have anyone else to hang out with. But the event was like pretty good. I got like a full thing that was pre-made from Whole Foods, and the only big snafu was the turkey didn't really fit in the oven, so I had to like jam it in there. And then when I took it out, the like foil basically got ripped on the bottom of it because I was like pulling it out. And then I basically dripped juice all the way down from my room into the basement where the event was happening.
At least you didn't start a fire. That's what I thought you were going to say.
No, not that unskilled.
Amazing. I don't remember a crazy Thanksgiving, like of the Thanksgiving part, but because we talked about Black Friday, and it is definitely all rolled into one a lot of times for Americans, because Black Friday has gotten like more and more egregious every year. It used to be literally had to be Friday. Like I remember way back when we were kids, it would be like 6 a.m. doorbusters on Fridays, like what they would call it, 6 a.m. And then every year they'd like roll it back further and further. And then the norm was like midnight. But nowadays it's like 4 p.m. Thursday, like Thanksgiving Day, they will start Black Friday stuff, which is terrible because then you're not with your family anymore. But I remember, Jesse, you might have been there. It was one year when I was living in New York, and we did a Friendsgiving, and we ate too much and we drank too much wine, but all of us were like, we're gonna go Black Friday. So we like stayed up, or maybe we took like a 30-minute nap or something, because it was midnight was when the stores that we wanted to go to started their sales. And we walked down to Soho, I think, to the Urban Outfitters, and it was madness. Like, we got there, a little bit before midnight, and there was a huge line. They opened the floodgates, and it was just like, like, I'm exaggerating. There's probably like hundreds of young 20-something year olds like running into the Urban Outfitters, just like mad dashing, grabbing everything. And I just remember I was like, okay, I only want like one specific thing or whatever. So I went in, I was like, this looks like it. I'm just grab it. I was just like, grabbed like 10 things, ran to the dressing room. I was one of the first people down there. And when I came out with all my stuff, it was just like fucking madhouse. And I was so happy that I was the first person to get into the dressing room, because otherwise I would have waited for like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I would resend my story. I have a better one. And it's actually, if you count Black Friday, then like I've done Black Friday in America.
Get in there.
It's not Canadian Thanksgiving anymore, but I've done Black Friday, and it's pretty crazy. I don't know if I told you guys, but my dad's American.
No, I don't think you told us.
Huh.
So he used to work in Quebec in engineering, but he got a better job in Arizona, so he moved there. He got a green card and everything. He's been there for a long time. He recently came back though, but he was there for a long time. So when I was like in my teenage years, me and my sister, we went to a Black Friday thing. It was at it's between Arizona and California. It was an outlet. It was Cabazon outlet.
Nevada.
No, it was in California, I think.
Oh.
Wait, well, Waterboy is trying to like name an actual outlet, and Jesse just names an entire state.
Look, it's a giant outlet.
Yeah, but it was an outlet. I think it was called Cabazone. I can't remember, but it was dope. Like even our Boxing Day doesn't get that crazy, but yeah, people were out there in the midnight, like you said, like camping and whatnot. And yeah, we did some shopping, and that was a fun time. I definitely think American Thanksgiving is more fun.
And what is Boxing Day? I've heard of this vaguely, but
Wait, you guys don't have Boxing Day?
at?
No.
I thought Boxing Day was American.
What at?
Wait,
No.
It's after Christmas.
The day after Christmas?
I'm so shook. Like my world. I've always thought it was American. Okay, wait. Boxing Day is
No.
just like people return their. Okay, this is the reasoning behind it, but it's just another capitalistic holiday to sell shit. But the reasoning is that people get Christmas gifts and sometimes they don't like it and they return it, and like a lot of stuff inventory gets left, like no one buys it, and like it's past Christmas, so they do like one last day of sales, and that's December 26th. It's called Boxing Day. It's basically our Black Friday. That's why I thought Black Friday
I was gonna say.
was about gifts, because that's what Boxing Day is about.
Oh, interesting. I mean, it kind of is, because you're buying for Christmas, but yours is to return gifts and buy leftover gifts.
Exactly, buying leftover gifts. So wait, you guys don't shop on the 26th?
No.
I mean, you can, and then there are like some sales.
You can
but
shop any day, but that's
it's not. It's not a holiday per
Whoa,
se.
my one of my long-term collaborators, like JT on the beat, he's from Florida. I'm gonna go ask him about Boxing Day now. I'm too shook about this.
He's probably gonna be like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Or, well, if he's been in Canada for a while, he probably...
Oh, that's true.
He's been for 3-4 years, but like still, he never had family here, So.
Oh,
it's
okay.
different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have two separate capitalist-based sale day semi-holidays then, but on
Yeah, we
different
join in on
ones.
yours. You guys should come over here and check out Boxing Day, see what it's about.
Okay.
It's gonna be too cold.
Facts. It will, unfortunately.
Damn.
gonna be too
Rough.
But you're from New York. Like, you can handle the cold.
I've been working from home this whole time, and I have no outdoor immunity anymore. I walk outside and I'm like, it's frozen.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us on this very random topic.
Thanks for having me. I love that I represent Canada on this topic.
You will always represent Canada
Always and forever.
for
Thank
us
you.
on this
Wow.
podcast. Well, you want to plug one more time what you got coming
Yes,
up or what just dropped?
10 Rings. It's a song about the Shang-Chi, about just, I guess, like, I kind of got inspired off of, like, the Asian representation and how cool it was to have an Asian superhero, so I kind of just hopped on that topic, made a song, and then I called up two of my Asian rapper friends, Mix Miyagi and Ace Autumn, and they delivered. So check that out, 10 Rings,
Nice.
on all streaming platforms.
Yes. And people can find you on streaming, but also Instagram, other
Instagram.
social.
Lil Waterboi, LIL space water but boy with an I. And if you guys want to look into like our collective slash like music studio, it's called Bahay Collective, Bahay. That's Filipino. That's Tagalog for home. Bahay Collective.
Yes.
Awesome.
All about it. Okay. Well, thank you.
So, everyone, I hope you enjoy meandering along with us on this episode where we touched on very many wide and varied topics. But if you have any questions, if you have any feedback, if you want to just let us know what your favorite Thanksgiving holiday is, which one, the Canadian, the United States one, maybe your favorite foods, maybe your favorite traditions, write us in at telluswhereyou'refrom@gmail.com.
And check out Lil Waterboi when you get a chance.
Yes.
Okay, and come back next week because we have a fresh batch of episodes brewing for you coming out every Friday for quite a while. So come on back. And until then, 再见,
Bitches.